Hey guys, welcome back to 4th and 21, a Bears podcast by Bears fans. Make sure to subscribe, comment, like the video, hit the notification bell. Make sure to comment though so we can get back to you and keep this conversation going. This is the last episode before the first regular season Chicago Bears game. Long time coming. If you haven't watched, we start off with shots. If you have, you already know what's going on. So, bear down.
Bear down.
She's great. Talk a little bit more just about the game coming up, just because it is coming up, and then we'll go into week 2, 3, 4, all the way down. So we're playing Detroit in Detroit. Personally, I think it's going to be a really, honestly, gritty game both ways. Detroit's lost to us the last 4 times. Nagy hasn't lost against them. Trubisky's done pretty fucking great against them. Stafford's back. We were talking about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a good game, but I think in the end we're going to push through. We're going to have a good first half, just like they are, but then we're going to push through the end, and we're going to end up coming out 27-13.
That's your prediction?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one thing that concerns me with this game is that the Lions are a lot better of a team in their first half of the season. They're always like first, second. Sometimes like they're never at the bottom of the division in the first half. In the first half of the season,
They start off strong.
they do. And so it kind of that's the one thing that I would say concerns me about this game. But like you said, like Trubisky has played really well against them. We haven't lost to them since Nagy's been a coach. But when were beating them last year, that was without Matthew Stafford, and they were still at least one of the games was different.
And they had one of the worst defenses.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't see their defense getting that much better. They just lost Darius Slay, who was their best defensive player.
Yeah.
So I don't see them having a better defense than last year. Their offense hasn't done much. They added another running back, but they've never been a great running. Kenny Galladay's also out, their number 1 wide receiver. So I just don't see a way that they can put up a lot of points on the Bears defense.
Yeah, especially week 1. Maybe this might be flip-flop this year where they need to figure it out.
Well, but if you look at our last 2 years with Khalil Mack, week 1, he has been an absolute force. So I see that happening again this year. Our defense got better. I have it going Bears 27, Lions 10. So
Very close.
very close to what your prediction was. I do think like that it will be decently close at halftime. I'm thinking maybe 13-7 at halftime, and then the Bears are going to score 2 in the second half, 2 touchdowns in the second half, and pull away, and not really worry about the Lions. I just don't see how their offense can put up a lot of points on our defense. Our special teams is going to be better than their special teams. I'm a little bit worried about our kicking situation right now. Like the prediction that I have is assuming that we make 2 field goals and all of our extra points. And Eddie Piñeiro's hurt for week 1. So I'm just a little worried about our kicking situation. But other than that, like I'm not too worried about the game. I think Trubisky is out here to prove something. And the place where that starts is week 1. And I think he's going to have a good game. I think he's going to be running the ball. I think they're going to have him roll out of the pocket. I'm not 100% sure on David Montgomery's status yet. They haven't really put that out there, and I think that's one. I don't think they're sure. And number 2, I don't think they want the Lions to know until last minute if Montgomery's out. But I do think I think the tight ends that we just got are going to make a huge difference in this game.
I think having Graham there for a Colt.
Yeah.
He's like he has said in all the interviews that he reminds me of him.
Well, if we have a
But
2 tight end
little bit
set, we have 2 good, solid tight ends. Big tight ends that I think are going to be great in the red zone against.
It's gonna help us overall because last year we ran the ball way more than we should, and we didn't really have a tight end that ran routes or covered when he wasn't.
Yeah.
Going out.
I mean, our tight end group was just trash last year.
And
Trey
now
Burton was like hurt the whole season, and behind him we had nobody.
And now, like, they're not really going to know. And even up until week 1, obviously, they're not going to know. There hasn't been preseason. It's been camp that you don't get anything from that as a team. But going in, even week 1 or 2 or 3, like, the Bears now have players in every slot that you're not just going to be able to see us as such a predictable team going forward from this point on.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to help Trubisky, too, because now he has options. Everyone's saying he's a different person going in. He's this new, energized, just ready to go, ready to hustle and make his name be known. So having those options out there, and I think our O-line is going to be better with our coach.
Yeah.
It's
and I expect Jermaine Ifedi, honestly, to have a decent year. I think he's actually going to make a big difference on our O-line. But I also, because they don't have Darius Slay, and Allen Robinson pretty much just plays on the left side of the field. Like, he doesn't really do a lot of switching back and forth. And Darius Slay, from what I remember, mostly played on the other side. So I think Anthony Miller is actually going to have a big game because I think they're going to target their new outside cornerback on the right side. So I'm not too worried. I think our offense just got better. Like, Allen Robinson's going to be solid no matter what.
Who's their new corner?
The new rookie?
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to attack him.
Is it Acuna?
I can't remember exactly.
They were comparing him and Jalen Johnson.
Well, yeah, but like they don't have, like, if they had Darius Slay and the new rookie, like we kind of have Kyle Fuller and Jalen Johnson, yeah, that would make a difference. But you got rid of your star cornerback. We still have ours, so we're gonna attack that side. And I think Anthony Miller's also in his third season, so he should have a much bigger year this year.
Yeah.
And Allen Robinson's gonna be Allen Robinson. He's solid at, like, he's really fucking good, honestly. I think he's super underrated in the NFL. But now we actually have tight ends as well. So we have minimum 3 to 4 solid targets out there. My only concern is, what's our third wide receiver? You know, like, our third wide receiver is Ted Ginn, who really hasn't done much recently. He's a little bit older. Is it Darnell Mooney, the rookie? Is it Calvin Ridley? Is it Javon Wims? Like, we just don't know who our third wide receiver is, and that's fine. Like, we kind of have a committee. But now we have 2 solid tight ends and 2 solid wide receivers. So I think our offense is going to do a lot better this year, and especially against this Lions defense, where I don't see how they got any better than they were last year, which was still not very good. So, yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be a pretty close first half. I'm going to say 13-7 in the first half, and we're going to pull away in the second half and win 27-10. I don't think it's going to be too much of a worry. Like, the Bears come out, or at least our defense comes out really fucking strong in week 1. And because they're fucking hungry.
Yeah.
Team Hicks is just coming back. He's going to be fucking hungry. Khalil Mack is just always a workhorse. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see. And like I said, Trubisky this is his year to fucking make a point. And I think he's going to start that off week 1.
He has to. He earned that spot. Now he
has to prove why he earned that spot. And against a not very good defense. Like, this is his chance to go out there and look fucking good. And the thing is, if we do win 27-10, everyone, all analysts, everybody is still going to be saying, well, yeah, Trubisky looked good, but who did he do it against? A subpar Lions defense. Yeah.
31st in the league last year in points allowed.
But that's why it's extra important that he does have a good game.
Because if not, they're going to fucking harp.
Oh, they're going to light him up in the media, for sure.
Well, at least we're both on 27, so let's go for that guy.
That's tomorrow's game, so cannot let you guys know how fucking excited I am about it. Like, I cannot express my excitement for tomorrow's game. However, as excited as I am, I'm also fucking nervous as hell. And that doesn't – we could be 11-1, and I will still be nervous as hell for every game. So don't take that as any, like, insecurity. But, yeah, I'm nervous as hell.
Nervousness is good. Can't really escape being nervous.
But the thing is, I can't do anything to actually, make it go one way or the other. So I just sit at home, just nervous as fuck. But I have been looking forward to this game for months. As soon as the Bears beat the Vikings last year in Week 17, which was not even a good win, it was against their backups. We didn't have anything to play for. But as soon as the season ended, they filmed Bears players, and they were going, all right, can't wait till next year starts. As soon as the game ended, they were just like, all right, we're looking forward to 2020. We're going to come back, and I expect us to have a similar year as to what we had in 2018 with a better offense.
Better record, honestly.
Well, our record was
record
12
reflects
and
a
4,
lot.
so our record was 12-4, but we weren't playing the best teams that year.
No, I'm talking about last year.
Oh, last year was absolute.
Like the record does not reflect how we actually played.
No, because we played worse than an 8-8 team.
Yeah.
All right, week 2. What you got? By the way, that's home against the Giants for anyone that doesn't know.
Yeah, that's going to be a takeaway at 20-6.
20-6.
We're not going to let him in the end zone. It's just not going to happen.
All right. I mean, yeah, I agree with you to a certain extent. I'm not worried about Daniel Jones whatsoever. One, he fumbles a ton. And who do we have coming off the edges?
I was going to say, yeah.
Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn.
And against our defense.
He was a fumble machine last year, and I'm sure he worked on it, but you don't just get rid of it in one offseason. So I guarantee I'm going to call 2 fumbles, and we may only recover one of them, but I guarantee he drops the ball at least twice. Because you can't just focus on Khalil Mack now. And the thing is, Robert Quinn's going to be coming off the blind side. He's going to rock Daniel Jones. Boom. Ball on the ground. Akeem Hicks, jump on that shit.
Yeah, our edge rushers.
And as long as we stop Saquon, he's my only concern. As long as we focus on Saquon and just focus on stopping the run and make Daniel Jones beat us, well, then the Bears will have no problem. Their defense has taken hits all offseason. So I don't see this being a close game at all. I see the Bears running away with this 30-7.
I was going to say.
This is also our first home game. Too.
I do think Saquon will get his yards, but
yes, I agree.
We're not. All right, so week 3 at Atlanta. Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about Atlanta, honestly. They do have Julio Jones. They just got Todd Gurley. I don't even know if Todd Gurley will be playing week 3. He has arthritis in his knees.
In the air.
Like,
I mean, towards.
And that's the thing. Like, if it was week 1, I'd be like, yeah, he's gonna obviously be playing a lot. But it's week 3. I don't even know if he's gonna be playing. And if he does, he hasn't played well against the Bears when he was on the Rams. So I'm not too worried about him at all or their running offense. I'm only concerned about Julio. And with our safeties, I don't think that we're going to let any big plays happen over the top. So I do believe that the Bears are going to take the win. What score do I think it's going to be? I do think that Atlanta is going to be the toughest offense that we've played so far. But I still have the Bears at 24-14. I think they'll get a couple touchdowns, but I don't think they don't have weapons all over. I mean, they also have, Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
So he's a little speedster, but I don't know. I'm just not too concerned about that game. Their offense will get a couple touchdowns, but outside of that, I think we'll also get a couple of takeaways. Like, they could be in the Bears' half the field, maybe our 40-yard line, and I think the Bears come up with a big turnover. Or I should say big takeaway. So I do think that, yeah, we're still up 24-14. That's what I got.
Well, I think we're going to take a halt in the wins that week. I think we're going down 20.
Oh, okay.
I honestly see it as a hiccup and just confidence overstepping the skill aspect after 2 wins. I think Julio's going to have 2 touchdowns. And that's going to fucking demoralize us in a bit. And then we're going to have to rely on, getting 2 field goals at the end to try and make it push.
Okay.
It's not, honestly, if there was a game in the first 6 weeks that I wanted to lose to a team, it'd be someone with a good wide receiver that's going to test and either show us that we need something to work on or we're doing good. But
yeah,
I have no problem losing.
like I said, I think they have a good offense. Like, obviously the best that we've played that far into the season. However, I think we're going to have a couple of clutch takeaways that's going to prevent them from leading. All right. Home against the Colts. What do you have there?
That one I have is winning
24-10. Okay.
I think they're literally going to get a touchdown. Their new kicker's going to kick one, and we're just going to – I think that's when we're going to start utilizing every position we have. Get a running touchdown, tight end. By that week, I really think Cole Kmet's going to be really in the lineup and doing work, being targeted, and that's going to take away the pressure from our running backs and from our wide receivers. And then when we do need to make a slant just to get into the end zone, it's going to happen. It's going to be coming together, and Trubisky's going to be feeling comfortable, confident that he can make these plays. And honestly, I think our defense at that point, too, is just going to shut them down.
Yeah.
I think our defense is going to be locked into knowing who they're with more than just training camp, and it's just going to be our defense this year is going to be a sole
I don't think
powerhouse.
people are giving them the respect that they deserve.
Yeah,
Like in the media, because people are saying the Bears are going to be well below 8-8, and I just don't understand where that's coming from because we got better on both sides of the ball.
Last year?
Yeah, we went 8-8 last year with injuries, with terrible offense. Our defense got better this year, and our offense got better this year. So tell me how we're going to do worse. Yeah, relatively, I agree with that.
But yeah, 24-10.
All right. I have us beating the Colts as well. Philip Rivers is another year older, and he threw a shitload of interceptions last year. I understand that he did not have the O-line that he does with the Colts now because the Colts have one of, if not the best offensive line in the league. However, we have probably one of the best defensive lines. So I see him throwing at least one pick. I do think it's going to be a closer game because I do think they have a pretty stout defense. T.Y. Hilton, another injury-prone star on a team that we're going to play. He, again, might not even be playing that week. They lost Eric Ebron to Pittsburgh. That was like their top tight end last year. So, I'm going to say 20-13, Bears pull it out.
That's pretty close.
And I think also we missed one field goal in that game.
Bring that up, huh?
All right. At home against the Buccaneers. And I believe this is a Thursday night football game.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Evans, very injury prone. He's already, I think, out week 1. The games haven't even started yet. He's already out. So no clue if he'll be playing. Chris Godwin, I have a lot of respect for. I think he's going to be our most difficult matchup besides maybe Gronk. Like their tight ends are really good.
Yeah.
Their running back situation though right now, they don't know exactly what they're doing. They just got Leonard Fournette. And I don't think they know exactly how they're going to utilize him yet or how they're going to utilize other running backs. So I'm not too worried about their rushing. And to me, Tom Brady needs to have a strong running game to have a good pass. He is older now. I'm not going to take anything away from Tom Brady. He still scares the shit out of me because he's so smart. But I just don't see there's almost too many mouths to feed on that offense. There's Mike Evans, there's Chris Godwin, there's Leonard Fournette, there's Ronald Jones, I believe. They have Gronkowski. They have who's their other young tight end? They have
I
like
didn't think they were.
sorry for not knowing that. That's honestly something I should definitely know. But I just think they have too many mouths to feed, and Brady's never had this many weapons. But they do have things on their defense that
If anyone could use that to their advantage, though, I've just been listening this whole time, and I was like, fuck, I didn't even think about the fact that they could switch their entire core in from first down to second down. And
can
he
still
still,
have.
all they need is fucking Tom Brady to know when he's doing it. We're gonna be fucked. But
I
that
don't know
being
how much
said,
I trust
also,
their offensive
but that
line.
being
though.
said, also all those players have their weaknesses. They're not just going to be able to interchange that well
Yeah.
and just.
But their biggest weakness to me on offense is their offensive line. Like they don't have.
No, and he's thrived.
They're the best offensive line, and like he's not a mobile quarterback. And
No,
honestly, I think if the Bears have any chance at beating them, which I do think that they're going to pull out the win, I think it is by getting to Tom Brady and getting to him quickly and hitting him hard. Like, so my prediction is Bears win at home Thursday Night Football, 27-24. It's going to be a close one. I don't. Their offense is honestly, it's going to be good. It's going to be good, but they're not going to turn the ball over. And I think that's the difference with the other three teams that were playing prior. They're all going to have turnovers against the Bears. I don't see the Buccaneers, like Tom Brady just doesn't really give away the ball.
No.
So
He's smart with it.
So that concerns me, and they just, like I said, so many weapons. But I think we're going to pull it out 27-24.
High scoring game. Not as high scoring as mine, though. I think we're going to pull it out
31-28? Okay. So we both think it's going to be a high scoring game. Wait, did you say Bears win?
Yes.
Okay.
I was on the fence.
Man, so you think a Bears offense can put up 31 points? 4 touchdowns and a field goal. All right. Let's wait on that shot until we get through week 8. So we're 5 weeks in. I have the Bears at 5-0. You have them at 4-1. All right. Panthers, what you got at Panthers, by the way?
I think we're going to win that one. I think it's going to be a kind of gross game to watch. I think we're going to pull it out 14-10.
Interesting.
I don't know. I think out of all the teams we've played so far, Carolina is not a team I'm analyzing that hard. And most of that just has to come with Cam leaving. But I don't know. I just think I don't know. At that point, I just think we're going to be trying too much with what we've had, and we're going to start getting Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers creative-wise, and Trubisky's going to be feeling himself a little too much, and it's just not going to go our way. I don't think it's going to be that we're starting to play like shit or we're not.
So wait, do you have us winning or losing?
I have us winning.
Okay.
14. I just, again, our defense is going to be doing its job, which is going to save us in the end because we're going to barely pull it off. But I just think, and it's not a bad thing that he's going to be trying new things. I just think the further in the season it goes on and we're doing well, he's going to get confident and try new things. He's either going to know if it works or not, but I
don't know how I necessarily feel about that. Like, I think the more, like, what makes Trubisky bad is when he's not confident, when he's second-guessing himself. I mean, if you have a confident Trubisky, you have the best version, which is, you can say that about almost every player.
confidence and creativity.
Yeah, but he's not going to be the one making all these creative play calls. That's Nagy. And when were we the best? When Nagy was making creative play calls. That's when we went 12-4 in 2018. So, but I do agree. I think that we're going to win this one against the Panthers. However, Christian McCaffrey is such a beast. I don't see us containing him fully. So I have us beating them 24-17. Their defense doesn't scare me too much. Teddy Bridgewater doesn't scare me too much. It's pretty much just Christian McCaffrey. And if you look at through the last couple of years, the teams that really dominated us, they had a good rushing attack.
Yeah.
Because like we do have good safeties, good corners, but when we do struggle is when, and the thing is, I don't think anyone can truly contain Chris. So it's just like, can you do more damage than him? And so, but again, and the thing is, like at this point, I have the Bears like averaging like 20 some odd points a game. Which, if they do this, they'll definitely be in the playoffs. I think but like at the same time, like we haven't played a lot of teams with a great defense yet. So I'm sure like the further I go down, that should go a little bit lower. But again, I have expectations that are maybe too high for our offense this year, but I expect us to have a drastically better offense than we did last year. Yeah, I got 24-17. I've got us at 6-0 through 6 weeks. Oh, yep. All right. At Rams. The Rams don't scare me at all, if I'm going to be completely honest. We lost to them last year, but we were absolute dog shit in that game. Trubisky was quote unquote hurt for that game in the second half, and they took him out. I don't know if I fully believe that. I think that he was okay. However, like I said, I'm just not too worried about the Rams. They have Jalen Johnson, who is a great player, but he can only cover so much of the field, you know? Other than that, their defense, they have, oh my God, on the defensive line, Aaron Donald. I think he will be a struggle for us to contain. But the Rams offense doesn't fucking scare me at all. Like, they have a couple good wide receivers. They've got Cooper Kupp. They got Robert Woods.
I was going to say, they have Robert Woods, who's...
But Goff isn't going to have the time, and Goff has not played well against the Bears. He has not played well against the Bears. The Bears' defense, I'm pretty sure, scares the shit out of him. And in 2018, we beat them at home. I think they scored, 6 points? And he threw multiple interceptions. I don't think they have any
he
chance.
was all over the floor that game.
Exactly. And I think our defensive line is so good.
Play.
So I think it's going to be a blowout? No. But I'm going to say it's 21-7.
Bears.
Yep. What do you have?
I have 24-13.
24-13. All right. I'm just not worried about their offense. I'm just really not.
No, and even if they have a bad offense, teams can still score, which is why it's 13. I think they're, going to get a couple field goals, get a touchdown that kind of gets us worried, but that's when we're going to pick it up.
Yeah, I think it'll be 14-7, maybe third, fourth quarter. We'll get another touchdown, and then that'll just seal it.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for, especially before going up.
Yeah, how do you have that game going?
That one I have us losing.
20. By the way, if you guys are keeping track, I got the Bears at 7-0 right now.
Well, I haven't missed it.
All right, so you got them losing against New Orleans at home.
At home, 24-21. I think we're gonna bring our A game. I just think we're gonna get outplayed. I think, just like Brady, I'm not counting Breeze out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. He still has weapons, and also New Orleans O-line isn't something that feels like I felt in the past years that they're not actually as great as or good as anybody thinks when they give them credit. I'm just like,
no, and they also lost a couple pieces this year.
Breeze, but also when it matters, it feels like they show up for Breeze because it's Breeze. Like on a third down, they'll play harder than they'll play 8 downs in the first quarter But the moment they feel like they have to, they give him that time. And once you give him that time, he's going to fucking produce.
He's an
And I
accurate
think
passer, that's for
as
sure.
much as our coverage is good, we have good safeties and corners. It's fucking Drew Brees. And I think we're going to suffer, but we're going to pull it through. And honestly, I think by that point, we're going to have to start relying on getting up the field and trusting our kicker to make these field goals, because the last couple of years, it's just been fucking crazy with, like, do we push up and get that, or do we do something else and try to get the first down because we don't know if he's going to fucking make the field.
Yeah.
And, like, people don't see that as an important part, but having Robbie Gould for so many years, that's why we won a lot of games. It's just consistent points. You can't give up points.
Yeah.
You can't score a touchdown, fucking get 3 in.
Yeah.
And at that point, I think it's going to come down to a couple field goals going both ways. End it, because both ways, like, stacked defensively, offensively, quarterbacks, players, I think it's just going to be an even match. If we're doing as well as I think we're going to be doing at that point, playing the Saints is going to be a tough match. But I think we have what it takes. It's just going to be fucking hard. Drew's my fucking thought in that game.
Saints at home. I really love that it's in Chicago, but I wish it were later in the year where it was a bit colder. It's on November 1st. That
You never know. Global
it
warming
could be
and
chilly,
shit.
but like the thing is, I want them to play a cold game in
It's
Chicago.
got to be snowing and
Exactly, with global warming, that like literally that's the only thing that I could be like, okay, well maybe it'll be like a super cold game, but because it's November 1st, I think it's gonna be chilly but not cold like Chicago cold. I have the Saints giving the Bears their first L of the season.
mark that.
Mark it. 24-17. Their defense is better than people think that it is.
I didn't even bring up that.
They have a solid defense. Yeah, 24-17. I don't have much more to say about it than you.
Big
I
game.
trust Drew Brees is worse in the second half of the season because he is getting older. His arm starts getting tired. He starts losing his accuracy a little bit. Week 8, I don't see that happening yet. So yeah, their offense is one of the few offenses that can actually be creative enough against the Bears defense to just do work. So yeah, 24-17. That's what I got.
All right.
Well, that's halfway through the season. So let's take a shot.
Fuck, honestly, it's just cliche to say because it's the two veterans, but after the game against the Bucks, this is my second game. Before they go out, while they're still good, I can't.
I almost took that shot. Bear down.
Yeah, I would have put it up.
All right, at Tennessee. I brought up earlier how I don't think the Bears do well against a solid rushing team. I see Derrick Henry having a field day. I have us losing this. We're going to go 7-0, and I have us losing back-to-back games. Also in Tennessee, I just don't see us beating them. I think, like I said, I think they run the clock down, so it's not going to be a very long game. I have them beating us 21-10.
Wow.
It's going to be a very quick game. It's going to be a very quick game. They're going to run the clock.
I mean, we're not that far off. I'm 28-14. Just hearing 10, that was my thought first, and I was like, no, I trust us to get.
I don't see our offense getting in a rhythm because they're going to be sitting on the sideline the whole time.
It's going to be hard. I think it's not going to be a good touchdown. That one, we squeak one out just to get that on the board and make it a little less bad. I think we're going to get spanked that week, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really tough matchup for the Bears. Derrick Henry's just an absolute beast.
Derrick Henry's I think after that week, though, after seeing what he does, if things go as we're seeing them to go, it's going to pump our guys that are in that position to be like, we You need to be that guy. The rest of our team's doing it. Our O-line's fucking helping our quarterback. Our D-line just fucking wrecks everyone. We have good tight ends now. We have receivers.
Or just linebacker. I don't trust our linebackers against Derrick Henry. I just don't. I think Danny Trevathan is a little bit past his prime. I think he's more of a leader, and I just don't see our linebackers coming up.
No. I agree. Derrick Henry's going to have a great game. Yeah. Oh, that's where it starts getting bad.
Only our second divisional game right here.
So what are you at right now?
7-2.
7-2. I'm at 7-3. I'm going
7-3. How do you have more games?
Oh, no. This is where again Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Minnesota at home, by the way.
Yeah, I think I honestly don't. I don't have anything really to say about this game. I just have a gut feeling that it's just not going to go well after losing to Tennessee. And we're
Wow,
gonna.
so you think we're gonna drop 3 in a row?
Didn't you? Oh, you did 2.
I did too.
2. Okay. Yeah, I'm going 3. I think that
You just talked about how the Titans are gonna pump their guys up, and then they're gonna lose again after that. Wow.
Yeah, but you don't
Not
know.
making sense.
You don't know what's in store
All right,
after
go ahead,
that.
go
You
ahead.
don't know what's in store.
Give me your score. Give me your reasons.
All right. Well, Minnesota, we're going to lose 21-14. I don't think I don't think we're going to get blown out. It's going to be a morale game. I just don't think we're going to be there. It's going to be one of those games that I'm used to watching. Where I'm just like, the plays are there. You have the tools. You guys are out of it.
Yeah.
Lose and come back next week. I don't have
So you
much
got
to
them
say.
at 6-4.
I don't have much to say about that.
All right. So I have us having a bounce back week. I think after losing 2, it's gonna not having 2 weeks where 2 weeks in a row, no club dub. After having the first 7, I think they're gonna really take it offensively that they just lost 2 games. People are gonna immediately get on the Bears' backs and be like, "Oh, see, they're not the team that we thought that they thought they were. Like, this is the team that we knew that they were gonna be." Like, and the Bears are gonna come back strong. We also played pretty well against the Vikings in the last 2 years. So, like, we get after Kirk in the last 2 years. We have been crushing him.
Yeah.
So I think, and we're at home. So I have us winning this one 24-14. And they also lost Stephon Diggs. So their offense is not as good. Their defense, they lost a lot of big players. Yes, they drafted a lot of great players, but they're young. They're new. They're not going to be better than the players that they lost. So, yeah, I got us winning 24-14 going into our bye week. So I have us 8-2 going into our bye week. I think the bye week honestly comes at a great time for us. I'd rather have a late bye week than an early bye week. And then we go to Green Bay.
Yeah. Then Detroit comes.
Oh, man, and you know what? The way that I actually originally had this down, I think I'm actually gonna change it right here.
Change what? Your matchups?
Hold on, let me just chill the fuck out. After the bye week, we're going to Green Bay. I think so. We have 2 weeks to prepare for Green Bay, and honestly, I think that's what we need. I think we're gonna go to Green Bay and we're gonna pull out a close win.
Close.
20-17 is what I have us at.
Too close.
It's too close for comfort, but it's Bears Packers. I'm not gonna call any blowouts. I'm not gonna doubt Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that Green Bay is the team that they portrayed themselves as last year. They were not that good of a team, but their record was outstanding, and they got blown the fuck out by the 49ers twice that year, once in the regular season and then the playoffs, and I was like, yep, they're overhyped. Plus, they just lost one of their best offensive linemen. They added absolutely fucking nothing to their offense. So, yeah, I think we pull out a close one, 20-17 in Green Bay, coming off the bye. What do you have?
I was winning 31-21.
Wow.
I don't see it being that you see 31-21, you automatically assume we've been doing shit all game. I think it's gonna be close up until the end, and then we're just gonna be riding off that fucking high of beating Green Bay. And we're gonna fucking connect.
Are you talking about Green Bay or are you talking about Lions?
The Lions.
Okay. Well, did you have us winning against Green Bay? Did you talk about Green Bay?
Yeah, I did. Or no. You talked about
Yeah, you didn't talk about Green Bay.
that's where I was at.
You have us beating Green Bay 31-21.
Yes.
Okay. You said coming off a high beating Green Bay, so. No, like you're talking about the Lions.
Oh, no. I meant coming off of high of beating them. Because you said you thought it was going to be close. I was like, yeah, it's going to be close, but once we're beating them, we're going to get a high, and we're going to score more.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. We're honestly going to be down in the first half, and then we're going to come back, and then there's going to be another quarter, and we're going to be able to fucking actually be up and be good enough to try a few different routes and stuff and just make shit connect, and we're going to end up winning. And like I said from the beginning, 31-21 looks like we've been doing shit all week. That we do it when it matters in the beginning when they're doing it, and then at the end we need to fucking just, get that insurance run.
Okay.
But I'll start off again because after beating them, getting that high, I think going back against the Lions in Chicago, I think we're gonna come out with this 23-10.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this game. Second half of the season, Lions, shit. They're always shit. They're always injured.
And by both of our record opinions, at this point, we're going to be pretty well established as a team, knowing what we do. So if we go against a shit Detroit Lions team,
after I think coming off the Packers win high, it does suck though that we have 3 games in a row that are all divisional games. I just do not see us losing this game in any shape or form. So I'm gonna say 24-7. I think it'll be an easy game. I think we'll start like putting out our second stringers, getting some young guys some looks in the fourth quarter. I think we'll have already kind of run away with it. So yeah, 24-7. That's all I got to say about that one. That's at home, by the way. So another reason to not be worried about that game. Then it's
back home
against the Texans. I have very little to say about this. Houston and Chicago hardly ever play each other, but I see this being a Deshaun Watson fuck you to the Bears. But I still think it's gonna be a close game. But I think Deshaun Watson's just gonna take over the game and prove to us why we made the wrong decision. Drafting Trubisky over him. I think that's going to be a big motivator for him. I don't see their team being that good, but I don't see us taking this one. I love that they lost DeAndre Hopkins, but I think if David Johnson's still healthy at that time, he's going to run all over us, and Deshaun Watson's going to do the rest. I see us losing this one 27-17. No, you know what? 27-20. I got 27-20. I see us putting up more than 17 points. JJ, again, never know if he's going to be there, but if he is, they still have that on the defensive end. And I'm going to call this now. Sean Gibson's going to get an interception against his old team. Are you writing it down?
No, I do.
All right. That's all I have to say about that game.
27-17?
Yep.
Pretty much
No,
agree.
sorry, 27-20.
27-20. You said 17.
I did say 17
Okay.
first.
Well, not entirely then. I was going to say I would agree with you. I'm going 28-17. I think they're going to pull a 2-point conversion on this.
Well, 2-point conversion. 28 is just 4 touchdowns.
Oh, no. I scratched it. 29.
29? Wow. They're just going to be assholes.
Well, no, because when you said that, because I had 28 originally, and then I was going down the list, and I was looking at the quarterbacks when we were playing, and I was like you said, we'd never play them.
Ever.
But I was like, oh, his numbers compared to Mahomes were pretty much identical.
No, that was skewed. That was so heavily skewed.
It was
Mahomes
skewed.
didn't play his first year, and Deshaun did. So with all those numbers that they put up, that on that Thursday night football game, honestly, that was so skewed. They tried to make them look super similar. And yes, Deshaun's awesome.
Also, though, those 5 categories aren't everything that exists.
It said like wins, and it was like, okay, well,
Yeah, it said wins.
Deshaun had a whole fucking season to get like an extra wins. So
Yeah.
their records look the same, but they had an extra year to fucking do it. So like, I don't know. That was to me a bullshit.
Again, though, that's 1 year. I'm just saying, like, quarterback-wise, young quarterbacks, they're still the 2 youngest quarterbacks right now that you would want to build your team around. Why have they both gotten?
Yeah.
All I was getting at is, he's that guy that I'm just like always think back to, and I'm like, no, I'm riding with Trubisky, but he was there, and I was just like, he's gonna fucking go for 2. And we're going to be watching, and we're going to be like, are they really fucking going for 2 right now? Like, really? Like, after this year, after we're in this week, you're going to pull the shit that every team did to us in the last 2 years? Like, fuck you. And then he's going to get it. And I'm just going to be like, you know what? Yeah, exactly like you said.
And then
get back at us.
Then
do whatever
the whole
you got to
sports
do.
media is going to
erupt
and be like, this is why they made a mistake. Drafting Trubisky, Deshaun Watson just beat him, and Mahomes beat him last year. Yeah, it's going to be a whole mess of shit. What you got after that?
Minnesota.
Yep, at Minnesota.
I have us pulling that one out. 21-17.
Okay.
Close. But, again, I just keep going back to the games we played in the last, like, honestly 3, because after that you kind of start forgetting. But I think after that point, I mean, I have them going win-win-loss.
Why are you getting ahead of yourself?
Ahead of myself. No.
Loss
I'm
and
saying
times
I
out.
have them win-win-loss and then playing Minnesota, which is why I'm like, they're going to be in this mindset like, no, we just lost. This isn't us. We went 2 weeks, in the last weeks, 2 weeks win, lost against Deshaun Watson. We're the Bears. We don't need Deshaun Watson. Getting really personal, but I think all this shit plays into their heads, and Trubisky especially is going to come out that week and just throw bombs. 3 touchdowns, no field goals. I'm calling that right now.
What did you say the score was?
21-17. All touchdowns thrown by Trubisky. Good fucking actually. Like, shit you wouldn't be like, oh, they're going in. It's just 2 are going to be in the end zone. 1's going to be a fucking nice-ass throw that they run down.
Okay.
50-plus yards.
Wow. I don't know who's going to do that. Maybe check in.
It's going to be a slot. It's going to be.
I have us losing to the Vikings.
Really?
In Minnesota. I do agree with you. I think Mitch is going to come back. I also think Mitch is going to have a good game against the Texans. I just see Deshaun just being better because he is. I think Trubisky is going to hear the media, or even if he doesn't, I think he's going to take it as a personal attack that he lost to Deshaun and Mahomes back-to-back years. I think he's going to have a great game, but I think Kirk Cousins is going to have a better game. I think that Minnesota puts up 27, we put up 21. So 27-21 in Minnesota, loss. Wow, what the fuck? This next game, I don't want to spend any time on. Bears are going to win in Jacksonville. The Jaguars, I honestly believe, are tanking for Trevor Lawrence. None of the moves that they have made this offseason has made any sense to me in the world. So I don't want to spend any time. That's all I have to say about it. I think Gardner makes one good play in the game. I think we win 24-7.
I mean, the fact they've
Yeah.
Fournette.
Leonard Fournette go. I mean, apparently he had some locker room issues, but yeah, I don't even really want
Locker
to talk
room
about the
issues
Jags.
like you guys are trying to fucking tank. And that's not what I'm
Fuck
about.
the Jags. I honestly don't even want to talk
What
about
was the
this.
score?
24-7.
Same.
Really? We agreed on something?
That's the one time.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. No, I don't know shit to say. So then,
All right,
fuck the Jags.
yep. Move on. Packers, Week 17. What do you have?
28-21.
Who?
Bears.
So this is what I did earlier. I switched my loss to the Packers in Week 12 to a win, and I switched this game, Week 17, from a win to a loss. I don't see us pulling. I love the Bears, and I fucking hate the Packers more than anything. But I just can't say that the Bears are going to win 2 games against them. I would love to. I don't.
I don't see us coming off 2 last wins. Can't see that.
Well, I have 2 losses and a win against the Jags, and I think we've already made the playoffs at that point. And so I think we loosen up a little bit, and they're fighting for a wild card.
Okay. I can see that.
That's how I see this going, and I don't see the Bears laying down.
Even if we don't play everyone and Nick Foles is in,
I'm
Packers
going to
aren't
agree
going
with
to
you.
win.
I'm going to agree with you.
Packers don't have that.
28-21, Packers. So,
literally,
yep. What is your final record that you have?
11-5.
I have 11-5 as well. Do you think that wins the division?
I think it's gonna be close.
I don't see Minnesota or the Packers getting more than 11 wins. So I think 11-5
Well,
wins
the
the
next
division.
one I think would be Minnesota. Or not. No.
I think Minnesota and the Packers are going to both be fighting for a wild card position Week 17.
I was gonna say before we play the Packers, I think they're both gonna be in that rut. So it's in the Packers' best interest to get ahead because personally I think they better.
That's the thing. If the Packers are fighting for a wild card spot, I think the Bears hate them so much that even if we had the division wrapped up,
Eliminate them
we
from
would
the playoffs.
we would still want to eliminate them.
All I know is Week 17 is gonna be regardless.
I think it's going to be a really meaningful game for one of the teams, if not both. But
11-5
so yeah,
and 11-5
we both have 11-5, which is honestly pretty shocking.
against the Texans. Gibson's gonna get an interception. Mark that.
I really want to say that the Bears are going to win in Week 17.
No, you already said it. So
It hurts. 12-4 is not a ridiculous record. Can I go back on what I want?
no. You write it down.
All right. I'll stick to it.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think. It's going to be your predictions every week. Go into detail and give us the scores too. We'll always be willing to do some comparison, and whoever's closer, we'll do some shit for you. But excited for week 1. We
Just a few hours to wait for us
I was
right now.
gonna say less than 12 hours.
At the time that we're filming this, we've got less than 12 hours till this game. So
Bear down.
Yeah, bear down. Cheers.